focusing on today. Say the word gift. Hold up 4 fingers. Repeat after me. Give and imply, freebies, talk through. Say it. Again. If you follow these 4 steps, you will never get lost in what is commonly called a proof. I don't like to use the proof because that seems to have a terrible reputation. A proof is just an explanation. You guys explain yourselves all the time. You want to make a case where you want a half an hour to an hour more on your curfew. You're going to tell mom and dad, well, I'm going to this house. You know these people. We're doing this activity. It won't end till this. Therefore, I'm going to be safe, even though my curfew is normally 11. Mom, dad, can you please be midnight under these circumstances? You guys justify yourselves all the time. I'm going to take that same logic part of your brain and just transpose it to math. Step 1, you mark the given and the proof, box the word on the diagram. Mhm. Then you mark what's called implied. Implied means if this is true, what's next? If this is true, what's next? That's the implied. Freebies. Freebies. Notice the quotation marks. That is a Miss Way-ism, but it works really well because it describes exactly what it is. Let me give you an example of a freebie. Look on your notebook. Okay. At some point in your reference booklet, I told you to put your reference booklet where you can, if not, just look up here, guys. Last night you learned this property. Watch my fingers. Watch. Little segment plus little segment adds up to a big segment. Great. That is what I would call a freebie, which means it's always true, even if it's not in the given. It's just so incredibly obvious. So I'll give you an example of that. This is by far the most important step. Box it, star it. The key word there is talk. Say talk. Talk. You must talk through the logic. And the reason why you talk, how many of you can talk faster than you can physically write? Raise your hand. Just in general. Okay, so that is why you talk. By talking, you're capturing your logic in a relatively fast manner. And then you take that and take it one more step, and then you slow it down to writing. That's why some of you have a really hard time writing. It's because put your hand on your head, say 500 miles an hour. That's like, I'm just giving you an extreme example. Your thinking process is so fast. It's like 500 miles an hour. And the problem is with writing is the equivalent of driving through a school zone at 25 miles an hour. So that's why it feels hard, because you're trying to capture 500 miles an hour thoughts into a school zone.
That was actually, that was a really good noise.
Yeah, I live near a school zone, so I know the sound of those things. So for the idiots that don't know what the school zone is, you go down to 25 degrees, 25 miles. So what the problem is, a lot of you with writing is the thoughts are so fast, and then you go instantly into the slowest form of expression, which is writing, and that's why you get writer's block. If you go like this, talk in the middle. If you talk the logic through first, then that helps you organize your thoughts, and then you go to the writing as the last step. I'm going to give you an example. So on a test, I expect you to legitimately mumble to yourself. I mean, kind of quietly. But you're still gonna mumble yourself. All right, let's walk this through. I'm gonna give you 2 examples. After I walk you through 2 examples, you're gonna be one of 2 camps.
Yeah.
Camps. Either this is gonna feel like so easy, you're like, whoa, easiest thing in the world. And that's you, I'm just gonna cut you loose and do your thing. Some of you, it's the other extreme, like, I am walking a tightrope and I feel like this way, don't let go of my hand. If you're in that camp, don't let go of my hand. After I do these 2 examples, you're just gonna quietly roll up here and I'll do 2 more with you. All right, so I'm not gonna cut you loose until you're ready. Step number 1, say gift. What does it stand for out loud? Think and talk through. Give it implied freebies, talk through. Step 1, I'd like you to read those. Finger on paper, go. All right, nice job, Tan, reading out loud. The rest of you that did not. Okay, ready? Here we go. Given. Now we underline, mark it on. I'm going to be using green, blue, and red.
Okay.
You don't have to, guys. Colors is never a have to. Okay, that's your given information. That's your literal given information. Implied, if I have a midpoint, what other marking should be there?
Hash marks.
Okay, yeah, that's so implied by the given is this. This congruent to that. This too, because it's a second midpoint congruent to that. That's true. That's implied. Freebies would be something like all 3 segments add up to AD.
That'd be so nice.
You might use that, you might not, you don't know, just kind of like make a bracket and a little bunny hop there. That would be your freebie kind of a thing. Your prove, I tend to do my proves both in red and with squiggles. So we're trying to prove just means explain. Don't get all hung up on that word prove. Okay, I like to squiggle it, question mark, question mark. You cannot use your prove in your explanation. You can't say A, B, and C, D are true because it's true. You told me it was true, Miss Way, it's the proof. Okay, only parents get to do because. Parents say it's curfew is midnight, you ask why, and they say because I said so. They get to get away with that. Why? The parents. Right? For us, you might, well, yeah, something about honor your mother and father in the 10 Commandments there, Oliver, but yes, we'll go there. Ready, guys, look up there. Fingers, point to my screen. Ready, trace with your finger in the air. Say the green is true.
The green is true.
Now move your fingers, say the blues are true.
The blues are true.
Now go like this with your hands. Say why the reds.
Why?
I want 20 seconds of silence.
Okay.
With your fingers on your paper. I want you to think through silently the logic. If those greens are true and the blues are true, why are the reds true? I want 20 seconds of silence with your fingers on the paper. All right, Josh, you're gonna pair up with Matthew. Now, you and your immediate neighbor in pairs, preferably. I want you to do what I call show and tell. You are gonna hold your paper up and you are in literally 20 seconds, explain with your finger on the paper. If the blues are true and the greens are true, why are the reds true, etc. So you're gonna work in pairs so you can chit chat. So you two talk. Finger on the diagram. Finger on the diagram, guys. Why are the greens true? Why are the reds
No, because we're trying to find out if these are, they don't, they are. Yeah, I don't see. No one said.
All right, guys, you can't like so.
Yes.
Say, capture the talk. Now, quietly, without talking now. You're gonna capture your little discussion and honestly, it's only maybe 3-4 sentences max. I want you to start by explaining if the given's true, so your first sentence recites the given. I want 3 to 4 complete sentences. How do you know the proof is true? Capture your talk, write it down. Yes, you're writing in math class. No, you're not talking right now.
We just say whether the given is true or
No,
not.
no. I want an explanation. I want an explanation connecting the given to the proof. I'm gonna turn on the lights so you can see your paper. Lights are coming on. Complete sentences, folks. They can be short, but I do want complete sentences. This little beast you keep turning off. Why is that? You should be finishing up your last sentence. Pretty close to it. Okay, quickly read what you wrote to another student. Back and forth. Should take you about 20 seconds each. Go.
Since A, B is going to be a C.
And look up here. Your wording does not have to be exactly the same as mine, but I want you to check mark the statements that are similar. Check mark the statements that are similar. Let me go ahead and move that. So first I restated the given. So you should have a statement that restates the given information. Oh, no. You gotta be specific. Be specific. All right. 2, You should have said something like, because of those midpoints, AB, BC are equal, CD, BC and CD are equal. So check, you have that. Finally, notice how I arranged it. These are true, this is true. First equal to second, second equal to third, therefore you can connect the first and third. That's called the transitive property. AB is equal to CT. Transitive property, specifically the transitive property. When I say show, 3 means Miss Way, I have all the 3 points that you have, just maybe my word's different. 2 means I have at least 2 of your points. 1 means I at least got 1. Ready? Show. Okay, if you're at 2 and 1, quickly tell a neighbor, what did you overlook? Go. Did anybody actually say the word transitive properly in your explanation? No? It's technically not. Let me show you why it's transitive. In your reference booklets, transitive, I gave you an example. First segment equal to a second, second equal to a third, first equal to third. That where you're transferring congruency. That's specifically called transitive property. Versus substitution, we're coming. Substitution means take one thing out, put something else completely different. Turn the page. We're going to do one more. One more. After this, I cut you loose. You think you know what you're doing? Move along. You're like, Miss Way, I am tottering. Don't leave me alone. You come up front. Ready? Read the given and the proved. Go out loud. All righty, let's mark it on the diagram. C, D, I recommend brackets here. EF, I'm color coding green, blue, red again. I like to check stuff when I get it on the diagram to make sure I don't overlook stuff. Rahul, why did I use 2 check marks there? 2 hatch marks on the blue? Yes. Second set, second hatch mark, guys. Ready? This is what we're trying to prove. C all the way to F and E all the way to G are the same thing? Question mark. There's our given. Implied freebies, talk through. What's implied and also free that usually goes together is something really simple. Little segments add up to big segments. That's a freebie. Little segments add up to big segments. That's true, even if it's not in the given. That's why I call it a freebie. I'm going to propose. Then I'm going to say 10 seconds of silence, and then you're going to talk. You're not going for those blanks right now. Hands off those blanks, friends. Hands off the blanks. The proposal is this. Go like this with your hands. Hands, friends. Join us. Say greens are equal.
Greens are equal.
Now make it smaller. Say blues are equal. Now go like this with both hands. Say, why are the reds equal? 10 seconds of silence. Think it through. All right, fingers on your diagram. Quickly explain to a neighbor. If the greens and blues are equal, how do you know the reds are equal? Talk, go. No, only parents get away with that. Fingers on the diagram. Maximize their talk here. Maximize their talk.
Rip them apart.
All right, ready? Regroup. I'm back here. In your chit chat, how many of you said something like this? Maybe not the exact wording, where you're like, Well, the little ones add up to the big one. You use the phrase or concept that they add up to each other. Raise your hand, nod or raise, something like that. That's most of it. Good, that's where we're going. Okay, let me show you what I mean. Josh, let's get the lights so we can see all the colors and all this good stuff. Ready? Let's take a look. CD, EF, put your fingers on it. Ready? Now, put your finger here. Where else do you see CDEF equals? Where?
Here.
Given. So guess what the reason is? Given. All right. Ready? Let's do another one. I notice I'm color coding DFFG. Put your fingers there. Now find them up here. Out loud. Why is that true? Given. Now we're back to stuff that's not familiar. Okay, ready? With your fingers, do this, please. Physically trace CF. With your fingers. Now, bunny hop C to D and D to F. Bunny hop it. Do you see? Can you feel that? That's little segments add up to one big segment. We have a name for that. Tell a neighbor what it is. All right. Jesse, what do we call that? Little segments add up to big segments.
Segment.
Yeah, Savannah said, yeah, all right, yes. You got to remember, math teachers, we're not terribly creative folk. All right, so segments add, like segments add, yeah. All right, now, box CF, and the reason why I boxed it, and I'm specifically doing it red, is I have gotten one piece of my proof out of the fridge. My goal is to get, then come down here, CEG. This is where a little like, what changed? Oh, there's my other proof. My ambition in life is to somehow get those on the same line. Ready? Okay. Put your finger on CD. Okay, what line do you also see CD in? Line what? Put your finger, move it. We could swap out CD and put what in its place? Let's do that. I can swap out CD and put EF in its place. Put your finger on DF. Which line do you find DF as well? Good, move it. I could swap out DF and put what in its place? FG. You'll see why that's important. Okay, that's still CF. I swap stuff out, put stuff in. Mr. Burns, what do we call that? Not transitive, but lovely. Substitution. Now I want you to add which lines did we smash together to get line 4? Darcy, how many lines did we smash together to get line 4? And yeah, well, because I swapped stuff out into 3, right? Okay, so we use lines. I want the lines and I want this on the quiz. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, look very carefully. Oh, there's my proofs. Can everyone box EFFG? Box it. Box it. Do you see lines 4 and 5? That's exactly the same now? If it's exactly the same, I can swap it out and I can put this in its place. CF equals EG. They're exactly the same. Yes, that's substitution. And I smashed together lines 4 and 5. This one up here, that was just segment addition. Little segments add up to big segments. Da-da-da. Just first completed your first in-class proof. You're like, I'm getting the hang of this. Warning, repeat after me, say, no naked diagrams.
No naked diagram.
If you come up for a sign-off, friends, and this is what I call naked, You mean you haven't touched or interacted with your diagram? I will not give you an extra credit point. You're ready to be alone? Go to town. You're like, I'm not ready to be alone this way. Roll up, horseshoe up front. We'll do another one together. Yes.
Roll back.
Roll up. Roll up. Horseshoe, folks. Horseshoe. Come on up. Another one with you. Lights on. Come on up front, guys. There's at least 4 of you. I can see the lost puppy look.
Me.
I can feel it.
Me.
All right, well then let's do it together. Come on, come join the party here. Come, Jack, come a little bit this way. Come this way. Come on, Lily. Scoot, 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 slow. The rest of you, cut loose on your own.
So there's no way that you're. Get over here, Donald.
Just come up close. I just want to be able to interact with you guys. Again, I'm going to be using green, blue, and red. We are now on page, what, 5, I think?
Yes.
5. You guys ready?
Yes.
Let's do our givens.
Okay.
You'll get this. I promise. I promise. I promise.
Dang, that's crazy. Imagine doing that. Why would you do that? It's actually not even cool.
Yes. Just relax. Guys, as long as you follow given, implied, freebies, talk through, you will not get lost. Right now, we're just doing the given. I'm on page 5, friends.
I think you should beat him up.
Hey, kiddos, what's going on here?
I don't even know this much.
Okay, question mark. Question mark.
Someone's working.
Remember, you can't use the red as part of your explanation. That's your target. All right, given. We're done with our given. Implied and freebies. Shalini, tell me something that's just true no matter what. Not yet. That's our target. That's our target. Do little segments add up to big segments? Is that always a true statement?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. That's one of our freebies, friends. Little segments add up to a big segment. Little segments add up to a big segment. That's what I mean by a freebie. There's nothing else really implied here per se. Now, I'm going to set up the talk. I want 10 seconds of silence, and then you're going to pair up and talk to each other. All right. So pair. We even? Pair. Yeah, we're even. We're good.
Okay.
Here's the talk. Go like this with your hands. Say big greens equal. Say little blues equal. Why are the reds equal? Okay, I want you to think it through, fingers on diagram, 10 seconds of silence. Shh. Super important. Your eyeballs are not on the blanks. Your eyeballs are only on the diagram. Now you're going to pick up the paper and with your finger on the diagram, not the blanks, just the diagram. Everything happens in the diagram in geometry. Have a short talk. Green equal, blue equal. Why are the reds equal? Talk.
So.
You
greens are
two.
equal.
Sorry, you two.
What? Oh,
I'm sorry. You two.
The greens
You
are
two.
equal
Yeah,
and
you two.
blues are equal, so we
Go.
can assume that those are equal to the print.
Fingers on the diagram. Talk it through.
Don't listen to Ducky.
All right. Now, in your short little chit chat, friends, and it was short, how many of you said something like this? If I take away the blues, or I take something away, what's left is equal.
Okay.
You use the phraseology of either take away or subtract. How many of you actually said something like that? Not quite. Okay, we're getting there. How many of you said something like, well, they add up to the big one? Okay, so guess what? We're doing both. We're adding up to the big one and we are taking away. Lovely. Okay, so you talk it through. Step number one, let me grab the little hand here and shrink it back. And step number one, I'd like you to put your pen, PR, ready? Bunny hop it, say PR is equal to PQ bunny hop plus QR. What do we call that? Of what? Yeah, guess what? Ta-da, segment addition. That was hard. Great. You see step two? It's also what?
Blank.
Segment addition.
Oh.
Yeah, it is blank, but it's also, I give you a hint, Oliver, segment addition. So guess what segment I'm talking about now? Take a wild guess.
The second,
The-
SU,
Bingo equals what?
ST plus TU.
ST plus TU. Lovely job. Now I'm going to color code it for you guys so you can keep track of it. All righty. So our PR is a green. SU is a green. Let's see. My blues are ST and QR, and these are my targets. Got it. There's my targets. Savannah, why is PR and SU equal? Where do you get that information? Yes, ma'am. It's also on the graph, but most important, it is what, ma'am? Give it. Okay. Now, this is the whole reason we played what's different with this game. I'm going to pose something. I'm going to walk away and check in on the rest of the groups. I'm going to come back in 45 seconds. The question is this: using your fingers on the diagram. Your job is to figure out, bam, step 4, what changed? Go like to say, what changed? That's the whole reason why we played the game. It's the same part of the brain. So finger on the diagram and be prepared to answer the question, what changed? Okay, I'm going to go check in on everybody else. I'll come back about 45 seconds.
You think it is substitution? What? She just wearing angle down. I literally said it 5 minutes before you do it. But I also. I could. Yeah, we got this.
Okay, yeah, okay, ready? Let me, this is how you figure out what's changed. Put your finger right there. PQ, QR. What line do you see exactly that? Go up, 1. I can swap PR and put that in its place. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Box PR, box PR, box PQQR, box it. We swapped out PR and we put in the sum. Do you see that? Okay, ready? Circle SU. Come out to step 2, circle SU. I can swap out SU and put what in its place? Okay, what do we call that? Take something out, put something else in. How many lines did we smash together? And 3, yes. Ooh, you're getting exactly. Ooh, we're getting there. Substitution lines, 1, 2, 3. Ready? Squiggle your reds so you can keep track of it. Why did we do all this? We now have the reds on the same line, which is what we're going for.
Okay.
Now, this would be so easy if you could just do ta-da, that, right? Yeah, you can't yet do that. You can only subtract that, which is exactly the same. You can only subtract that, which what? Is exactly the same. So do you see QR? I could swap out QR and put what in its place? Oh, yes.
Oh my God.
PQ plus ST equals ST plus TU. Step 5, Lily, why is step 5 true? Why is step 5 true, sweetheart? No. Step 5, sweetheart. Why is that true? It's a given. It's a given. Yeah, it's given. All right. Now Again, squiggle, there's your targets. Look, is this exactly the same now?
Yes.
Good, now you can subtract. ST minus ST,
DQ
boom, chakalaka. We called this substitution. No. Step 6, we got through substitution. Rajani, what lines did we smash together to get 6? Well, where did we take something out and put something in? Which lines? We swapped out 5 and we plugged it into,
5 and 6.
no? 4, yes, we swapped out 4 into 5 or 5 into 4. So lines 4 and line 5. Okay,
How did we swap? Like,
well, we took out QR from line 4 and we put what in its place from line 5. So we used lines 4 and 5. Yes, sir. Yeah, absolutely. Good catch, Mr. Burns. Mr. Burns asking, can I swap out the other way? Absolutely, doesn't matter. All right. So Jack, if I get rid of ST, what's left, sir? PQ equals TU. Behold, your target. Ta-da! Subtraction. We subtraction from line number 6. Congratulations, you just first did your geometric proof, which is the equivalent of a 5-paragraph essay mathematical version.
Lord have mercy.
Okay. All right. Cut you loose or one more? And you can roll away if you're like, I think I know what I'm doing. Stay with me if you want to do another one.
Just so I can be really cemented.
Cement it. All right, let's do another one. We'll do one more. Ready? Next one. Here we go. Again, I'm using green, blue, red. Mark it.
That's actually crazy. Are you okay?
No.
What's the matter? Are you okay? Perfectly easy.
Yeah.
Perfectly. No, you go so fast. Okay.
So I'm marking my givens.
Can I make the greens 2 hash marks? I accidentally did that.
That's fine. No big deal. As long as your blues are 1.
Yeah.
1, 6, yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Do you have 3? Is there such thing as 3?
Excellent, Vanessa. Yes. If there's a third midpoint or third congruent, you use 3.
Oh my gosh.
And
We're not gonna-
technically, you don't get to 4 very often, but you use a little baby circle, but that doesn't happen.
We're gonna do 3.
No.
No.
Just not yet. Not yet. Stop your whining, Oliver. All righty, guys. Now, go like this with your hands. Again, hands. Say medium greens equal,
Medium greens equal.
little blues equal.
Little blues equal.
Go like this, hands. Why are the reds equal?
Y the red is equal.
Okay, 10 seconds of silence. Think it through. Shh. You're not thinking.
Down.
No, you're not writing anything down. You've got your fingers on your diagram. You're going to be prepared to explain, but I want 10 seconds of silence. I'll be right there, Josh. I'll be right there. All right.
They're all black.
Again, no filling in the blanks. Finger on the diagram, pair up, talk it through. Go, you chat. You chat. No, you're going this way. Chat. Did you lose someone?
Yes.
We did. Fine. You chat. Trio, go. Finger on diagram, go.
Yeah. Okay, so she got a very good.
Right. So obviously I messed up. So in course, I mean, that-
Friday at like 4 o'clock.
You are- Very so.
And you just can't see cannabis.
We're looking at it.
That's like last 2 like great.
No, you're not. Great.
It's
Who else do you think?
I took stuff out and stuff. So in step
This
one,
shows
that is the original straight up second edition of QT, not SU. Because you can't mess with them unless you give it out. You have to restrict it unless you have it. So getting out of the fridge is the QT, equals QR plus RT. That's getting out of it. Step 4, I'm cooking with it. So it's very subtle, very subtle. I think I can tell the light bulb's on through. You guys ready? Yes, yes, sir. What's up? Let me finish this and I'll help you in a moment, okay? All righty, guys. At some point, did you say it adds up to? Okay, that's where we're going then. That's where we're going. You guys ready? All righty. So here, let me keep my color straight. We get this here because it is given. That means we're missing our first given up here.
R equals 9.
Okay, so far? All right, now this is where it's like a game. Okay, watch very carefully. Look at step 4. Look at step 4. Now, I'd like you with your fingers, I'd like you to bunny hop Q to T. And now bunny hop ST and TU. Is that a directly true or an indirectly true statement?
Direct.
No, it isn't.
Directly.
Kiddos, go to QT.
QT.
QT, STTU, that's not direct. Okay, so in step 4, you can already see I'm swapping stuff out and putting stuff in.
What is it?
Okay.
What's it like?
Well, okay, that's what I mean. Put your fingers on QT right now. Which 2 segments directly add up to QT? No. Which 2 statements directly add up to QT? Finger. Yes.
QR.
And RT. Okay, so the fact here, I'm swapping something out and putting something in.
Okay.
So here's my analogy. Step 4, I'm cooking.
Okay.
I'm imagining tossing a salad. Okay, I can't cook unless I get it out of the fridge.
Okay.
So I can't talk about QT and swapping stuff out until I say the original, which is QT equals directly, Savannah, what 2 segments? Which 2 segments directly add up to QT? Directly. QR. You're right. QR and RT. That's correct. That's a directly true statement. Okay. All right. Now, let's look what's happening here. Put your finger on QR. Go up to step 1, touch QR. I can swap out QR and replace it with, oh, chakalaka. Let's see. Put your finger on RT. Come up. RT. I can swap it out and put in what? TU. Okay. So slowly. Yes, I get it. And we smash together lines 1, 2, and 3. Okay. QT is one of our targets. So that's one of our 2 proofs. There is something on my proof that I have completely ignored. Jack, what have I completely ignored? I've said nothing about it. No, I've said nothing about it and it's in my proof, which means I need to get out of the fridge. Okay, so I need to get SU out of the fridge. Darcy, what is a directly true statement I can make about SU? Directly true. Like it's a freebie. It's free. It's right there. ST plus equals da-da-da. Yeah, that's a directly true statement. ST plus TU. We call that segment addition. Oh, looky here, friends. Do you see? Ready? Circle this. Circle this. Are they now exactly the same thing? Which means I can swap this out and shove that in. Ta-da! QT equals SU. Why? Substitution. And I smashed together lines number 4 and 5. Your ambition is to attempt to do the next problem by your lonesome. All right, students, I'm going to zoom around and check that reference booklet. That's for credit today. So have that reference booklet open if I can see. I can see.
That's still a word.
Ready for this reference booklet? It's the page you were supposed to fill out for your preview. Yeah. Did I want you No, I found your reference book.
So then we start with.
Oh my God, bring to the past. Okay, sure. Everybody, no. What am I missing? No, Sam. Reference booklet, sorry, I need to see Eric Delaney about that.
What do I start with?
Got it. Pretty, do we have your preview notes? Lunch or after school, I mean, today at 3 years old.
That's already.
Aiden is absent. All right.
What we thought. What were they doing?
Okay, I officially hate optical mice. It keeps automatically turning off. And it's very